You're listening to Two Vatos Talking, a podcast discussing life's challenges and blessings with the goal to create an uplifting community for men. We're your co-hosts, Eduardo and Spencer.
So we've been busy. So we're recording today on a Sunday instead of a Friday. Last few, we've been kind of losers, and here we are at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday recording a podcast episode. But we've been busy, and you've been very busy. You just came back from a really cool trip. You went to a destination wedding. You were there for a whole week. You got to experience things that you've been thinking about, and but it had been, I think you said 20 years since you've been to Mexico. So that was really
awesome.
cool.
It was beautiful.
And then you came back, and you kind of hit the ground running. And so today's Sunday, and last night you had a great experience.
It was amazing, yeah. So yesterday was the BTS concert, right? And so I don't even know what BTS stands for, but they're a K-pop band. And all I knew is that my little girl was like, first she gave me like misinformation, right? She's like, hey, BTS is coming. We need to get concert tickets. And if you're in the Army, you could buy them early, right? The concert tickets. And so she goes, since you work with the Army, when the military, ask one of your Army buddies, right, to like get us a ticket. So there I am asking people at work, right? Like, hey man, like, can you get us some tickets? And they're like, yeah, I'll look into it and blah, blah, blah. Well, then by chance, we figure out that it's not the military, it's the BTS Army, right? It's the BTS Army. They have like a fan club.
Okay. So if you're in the fan club, yeah.
so then I just signed up for the fan club, and then, you pay like $20 or something like that.
Oh,
I wonder if it's $20 a year. I don't know. I didn't look at that part.
They already get you before they get you.
No, man. Yeah, we'll talk about the money part.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So then I signed up for the, to become a member of the BTS Army.
Okay.
Right? And then that gave me
And that's
access.
not free.
No, I think it was like $20, $30, something like that.
Access to.
A few months ago, right? And so then I signed up for it. And then my friend, she's telling me that she wants to take her niece. And so I'm like, all right, well, cool, let's go do it. And so we're both trying to get tickets the day of, right? And that was a whole experience in itself because, now with all the bots and all the crazy stuff on Ticketmaster, it's really hard to like get tickets. But anyways, we had success. I think I got 2 tickets for like $300.
Okay, so the concert was last night, Saturday, May 2nd. When did you buy the tickets? How far in advance?
I can't remember. It had to be at least 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on top of it.
Well, my daughter's on top of it,
Yeah.
right? And she's the one that let me know.
Okay.
And so otherwise, tickets were going crazy prices.
And you got 2 tickets for around $300, you said?
Yeah, it was like $350, and that's
Okay.
including the whipping fees. That.
I'm kind of surprised, and that does seem like a lot, but I've looked at some other concerts recently, and I'm kind of surprised of how much concert tickets cost these days.
Bro, don't even get me started on concert ticket prices.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. When I was a kid, my first concert cost me like $13 or something, like $13.50.
Yeah.
And it was a decent show, right? It was a rock concert, but now it's like hundreds, and $1,000 is not unheard of.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's just to get into the show.
Just to get in.
Right, because you got merch, you got parking, and if you're out of town, then you got, obviously the travel costs.
Yeah.
So this is no small feat to go to a big time concert.
Oh no, man. It's and that's the thing is this is I call it a manufactured band, apparently BTS has been around for 13 years.
Would you call it a boy band? Back in the day, we called them boy bands. Is it a boy band?
Well, we would call it a boy band.
Okay.
Right. And it is. Nobody refers to them as that anymore.
Okay.
And it's so I pick up on this stuff as a dad, right?
Yeah.
They don't come out like, all right, I'm just going to tell you the way it was when I was a kid, all the hair bands that I would go listen to.
Yeah.
They always objectified women, they had women out there talking about girls, girls, girls,
Right.
Motley Crue was talking about that.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah. This one is very much these really perfect looking Korean boys, right? Mm-hmm. But they never say anything about like, oh, look at that pretty woman over there, or look at that handsome man over there. It's very like
neutral,
very neutral because
neutered almost.
Well, they're I think they're catering to like little teenage girls.
Okay.
And then little gay boys.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then that way they don't say like, oh, look how pretty you are. They just say, hey, you guys rock. You guys are like awesome. So they keep it like gender neutral. But then you look at they have like perfect skin. They could dance really well. They're very choreographed.
Yeah.
And then not a musician playing in sight, right? Like
you don't see any musicians playing?
No, that's the thing. It's just them, right? It's just them dancing and singing. And I was really curious if they were going to be like, lip
syncing?
Milli Vanilli, lip syncing.
Yeah.
No, I think they were singing. I'm pretty sure, right?
What about the music? Do you think there were tracks they were playing?
100%, yeah.
Okay, so there was no live music.
No, everything was recorded.
Everything's recorded, and then they're singing to that music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have,
and no one cares.
No, not one single soul.
Yeah.
No, everybody's there for BTS, right? To see those kids. And it's 7 of them. I thought that was a lot of people.
That's actually a pretty good size. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So this is K-pop, which is, I'm not an expert in, but I don't know if I call it a recent phenomenon, but it's certainly been growing in the last 5 to 10 years, it seems
at least, yeah. K-pop has been around for, I'd say, probably a good 20 years.
Okay.
And although not my thing, right?
Right.
But now that my, or even my son's 20 and my daughter's 13. So she just, really started discovering music a lot, like in the last few years. But let me tell you what, man, there's all shapes and sizes, all ages at that concert yesterday. And again, not to get ahead of myself, but super awesome vibe, man. The vibe of a K-pop concert, the BTS concert was freaking awesome. So
I was in El Paso early this week and I saw several vehicles with neon writing on the windows, BTS and all these things. And I thought it was pretty cool. You could see the energy. I mean, these are just people in town.
Oh, yeah.
And so this group apparently is really big. And you and your daughter did sort of like a little pre-recording.
Is there a specific detail or reference in your outfit that only a true fan would recognize for what you're wearing for the BTS concert tonight?
My shirt does say the name of one of the members on it.
What does it say?
I Heart Jungkook.
Jungkook? Who's Jungkook?
He's one of the vocalists.
Aren't they all vocalists?
Yeah, but some of them rap.
Walk us through your outfit. Like, I know we went shopping today at a Hot Topic.
So I have the I Heart Jungkook shirt.
Okay.
And then a belt, a little like studded belt, a chain, and oversized black star jeans.
I like the jacket.
My Jordans. Oh, and a black leather jacket.
The black leather jacket just sets it off, honestly. And then what about your new jewelry that you
got? And my rings.
You got some rings, and then what are those bracelets on your wrist?
And then I made bracelets for BTS that say BTS 2026 on them.
Nice. So I think it's pretty incredible that they're coming here.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the next question. So a lot of people travel across the world to see this show, but we're just going down the street. We're going to link up with our friends, literally just walk to the concert. Right?
Yeah.
So how does it feel knowing that the biggest band in the world is coming to El Paso tonight in our backyard?
It's pretty cool. I did not expect them to say they're coming to El Paso. That's why when my friends were like, BTS is coming, I was like, no, they're not. Like, what are they doing in El Paso? You know? There's Dallas, there's Fort Worth. They always have a bunch of
there's bigger cities,
there.
right?
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, and then they come to little old El Paso, right?
Yeah.
What song are you really hoping that they're going to play?
The song that I was really hoping they were going to play, which I already know they're going to play, is Hooligan, because it's on their set list.
I like that song too. It's really good.
I really like that song. But I don't know. I have like a feeling they're going to do something special.
How did they choose El Paso? Do you know? I mean, because they could have gone to Phoenix, could have gone to Dallas. They could have just skipped over El Paso.
So the one thing that I thought while I was there, huge amount of people from Mexico.
Yeah.
Right? Huge. And then they were, again, these guys are Korean, right? They did use a translator at the end of the show because they were saying their, thank yous or whatever. But they did try their best to speak in Spanish also.
Was that right?
Yeah, which was really cool, right?
Yeah.
So they said amigos, amor, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which was, hey man, freaking awesome, right?
Effort, man, just some effort.
100% effort. And then that's the crowd, right?
And recognizing where you're at.
100%. And that's what I think drew them here to El Paso. I mean, El Paso's not tiny. We're just kind of like isolated, but you know, we have 800,000 people more or less living here.
And where was the concert at?
At the Sun Bowl, right?
Which is a pretty good sized venue. UTEP plays football there.
Oh,
and
man.
There's always a bowl game there.
Yeah.
How
they
many
have
people fit in the Sun Bowl?
I think easy 50,000.
Okay.
Yeah, easy. And it's a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, I saw some people, I wasn't even looking for it, but they were coming up on my feed talking about how they thought El Paso was beautiful and the people were super friendly. And they were really impressed with the venue, the place,
Oh, amazing.
because they said it was a beautiful venue.
Yeah.
Now, but everybody did complain about the lines.
So it's a separate thing, right? So like if we look at just the venue itself, the Sun Bowl literally is carved out of the mountain.
Yeah, that's just pretty unique.
It's super unique, right? So you're actually traveling up the mountain and then it's like carved out of the mountain.
It's one of the bowl games.
Yeah, I think it's the Tony of the Tiger Bowl game now. It used to be the
they
John
changed
Hancock
names.
one for a long time. But anyways, they bring it, you know, we just saw a month ago Monster Jam, right? So we saw all these crazy monster trucks driving all over that field.
Right.
And now the entire football field was basically the stage for BTS. So the stage was just incredible, right? It was fireworks, pyrotechnics, the lighting. I mean, it was just phenomenal, you know? So for sure, they really, really put on a show because there really wasn't a bad seat in the house.
Yeah.
The screens were just ridiculous, right? And then they had like live cameras like following them around. They would like play to the cameras and all that stuff. And so you could perfectly see their face. And then if you look down, you could see them dancing there and stuff. So it was really cool.
So you went with your daughter.
Yeah.
She's 13,
She's 13.
right? I mean, that looks like a great age as far as if you want to say, what does a teenager look like? You look at a 13-year-old, right?
Oh, yeah.
A 13-year-old girl, and they're, you know, not quite a kid anymore. They are a kid, but then, you know, not the little kid. And they're trying to make their way into adulthood. So the energy is just off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
What was that like going to this big time concert with your daughter?
So there's a lot of pre-work that we did, right?
Okay.
So I didn't, this again, right? I'm the hairband 1980s rock
You just
guy.
go.
I'm just like, let's go, right?
Right.
Like, what kind of jeans are we wearing?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
let's wear a black shirt and we're off, right?
Exactly.
No, man. So she started telling me like a week or two before the concert, she's like, hey, we need to make our freebies. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I know what the word freebie is, but what do you mean? Yeah.
So a freebie, and which was added to the really coolness of the concert. A freebie is something that you make or something that you buy and then you give away, but it's very in tune with the concert. So what we did is we bought photo cards, and it basically is like a deck of cards, but it has the photos of all of the singers.
Okay.
Right. And then we get one of those cards, and then we ordered some stickers that were like Korean, you know, like little cute animated, like little cartoons and stuff. And we put a couple of stickers and then that photo card inside this little plastic pouch. And then we made some bracelets, and we put beads on there with like little words and sayings that like BTS, or we love Jungkook, or we love whoever, right? Those were a lot more time consuming. But we made some for ourselves, and then we made some as freebies also. And so the way it works is people will come up to you and they'll say like, hey, do you want this? And then you ask them like, oh, is this free or do you want to trade? And you could go whichever way, right? Some people have like for example, some people printed out like a cool little message or something like that, and they were just handing them out, right?
Yeah. This is a BTS thing?
Oh, I guess it's a Korean pop thing.
It's a K-pop thing.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a nice culture within the culture. There's just
and some are really
community.
Cool. You know what? Some even had snacks, right? Like cookies and
Korean snacks?
Not necessarily Korean snacks, but just like cookies and like lollipops and stuff like that. Think of it kind of like the candy bags when you go to like Mexican parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Except not maybe so elaborate, right?
Okay.
But it's super cool. And then you could just trade. And so we got a bunch of stuff, right? And so she split we made 30 packs.
Okay.
And then she split her pack with the little girl that we went with, Jackie, right? And it was Jackie's first concert.
Man, what a concert for your first concert.
I told her she's ruined, right? Because you're going to have to beat that. Yeah, it's a high bar to beat, right? So
well, that's a great, wrecked. Later on, what was your first concert? Oh,
yeah, BTS.
BTS at the Sun Bowl.
Yeah.
Like what?
No, yeah, and then
Yeah.
top tier concert to go to.
But who was your first concert?
Me, I think it was David Lee Roth
As a solo artist?
solo. Yeah,
After Van Halen?
Yep.
Okay.
David Lee Roth here at the Coliseum, the Barn.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Did he play Van Halen songs too?
I don't think he could. I think he
Okay.
might have played one, but this is when they like split up.
He
and there was all that
played
drama.
California Girls or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wish all would be California. Good. That was a good song. Good remake.
it was Eat 'Em and Smile. That was a tour. Eat 'Em
Okay.
and Smile tour.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he had some really good. He
Yeah.
had some really good music. That's a whole other thing. But
Mine was John Waite at Astroworld. He only had one song.
John Waite was big.
Well, he had one song, and I still hear it to this day.
One hit wonder, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
What was
we got
that
free
song?
tickets through a radio station. I ain't missing you at all.
Oh yeah, great song.
Missing you since you've been gone.
That's when MTV
Oh,
actually
wait.
played videos. I remember that video vividly.
Yeah, that was a good song. I still like that song. That was the only song that I knew that he had.
But you weren't a rocker. What were you?
Well, that was a ballad anyway. I
he
was,
was
top
mellow.
40. I was a top 40
It's
kid.
mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I
You
grabbed.
know, little Beastie Boys and stuff like that, you know, because that was popular as well. It
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily top 40, but when you're in sixth grade, you know, everybody loved the Beastie Boys, and it was kind of like taboo to have that tape because you know your
Oh.
parents wouldn't want you to have it. You know, that
Because
sort of thing.
that's when they started putting advisory warnings.
I
Remember?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
I was total rocker, man. Total rocker. Hair bands. Although the heaviest I would get into is like Metallica and stuff. But even to this day,
No,
I
I
think
didn't
they're
listen
great.
to that stuff growing up.
No?
Nah.
Oh, it's wonderful, man.
Yeah, I like some of it now, but nah, it was top 40, pretty mainstream, pretty safe stuff. So the concert was at 8:00,
Yeah, 8
and
p.m.
you're telling me like it was right before 3, and
So yeah, we left at 3 from the house.
but you live like 10 minutes from the stadium.
Yeah, well, luckily a friend of mine, one of the friends that we were going with, live really close to the stadium.
Okay.
So we didn't have to fight for parking. Man, people were charging like way far, like miles away from the Sun Bowl, like $15 to like park their car there.
Okay.
And then as you got closer, I saw a sign for like $45 to park your car.
Yeah.
I was like, give me a break, man.
Now everybody's trying to make a buck.
No, man, there was bucks to be made yesterday,
Yeah.
man.
So what time did you actually get to the concert? Or
So-
to the venue, I should say.
Yeah, so I got to my friend's house at 3. Then we started walking over to the Don Haskins Center because the Don Haskins Center is where they're selling the merch.
And that's where they play basketball.
Yeah.
It's indoor arena. Okay.
And but it's like kind of co-located with the Sun Bowl,
Gotcha.
right? Because it's all part of UTEP.
Okay.
And so they had a bunch of tents all set up, but they've been selling merch for like 2 days prior
Outside there?
outside of the Don Haskins
Okay,
Center.
yeah.
And so by the time we got there, like 90% of the t-shirts were all sold out.
Wow.
And they were going for $60, I think, $60 or $65 a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say the quality of the shirt was really good, right?
Good,
Like it felt really nice.
Yeah.
And so I didn't feel bad about that.
Sounds like even though it's expensive, don't get me wrong, they don't cut corners.
They didn't skimp on the quality.
Yeah.
I'll give them that
Whether
much.
it's the show or the t-shirts
Yeah.
or whatever, like they wanted people to enjoy the experience.
Well, yeah. So the experience, right? So they figured this out, man,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the first time I hear where you could go buy merch 2 days before the actual
Yeah, I
concert.
never heard of that.
And they told me that there was a line at 6 a.m. wrapping around like the block for people just waiting to buy merch. Right. That's how much merch they were selling.
Yeah. I kind of feel like maybe you guys, and not to put them at this level because some people would probably cancel us just for me saying this,
Yeah.
but thinking about it from the perspective of your daughter, it's almost like she got to see the Beatles.
Yeah. I think it'd be something like that. Sure.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Of
yeah.
her generation.
And they're not like new, right? They've been around for over a decade.
Yeah.
You know, so, but she knows all the history and all the,
Right.
all of them.
But just
right?
the sense of community and, you know, just the amount of people that went and the
Yeah.
excitement and the brewing of all that coming together just
yeah.
sounded like it was, man, just a major
Well,
event.
and so that's a good, I think that's a fair analogy or comparison, right?
Of her time.
Yeah, of modern times, right?
Yeah.
Plus, like, there's a bunch of people really dressed up like with the BTS stuff, but then like in character, right? Because like it's Korean, right? So it's just a different culture.
Right.
But everybody's super friendly, which is wild, right? People going up to you, giving you stuff. Like they never did that when I was a kid, right? Who does that?
You might, well, don't eat that candy. Let me look at it
Yeah,
first.
yeah, you know.
Whatever.
But making stuff and giving it to each other, I
That's
think
beautiful. That's actually
it really is a cool
touching.
thing.
Yeah.
It really is, right?
Yeah, great. It's a great sense of community.
And so I'm so shell shocked that there was this guy walking around and he was with a group of people and they were like handing out little mini water bottles. And I was like, what's the catch, bro? And he goes, there's no catch. And I was like, listen, man, like there has to be a catch. This can't be free. He goes, yeah, we're just handing them out.
Yeah,
he goes, we don't want people passing out in line and stuff.
Yeah.
And luckily it wasn't like blazing hot, right? The weather was actually really good.
The weather has been perfect here the last few days.
That was great.
60s and 70s, overcast.
Yeah.
Light rain. It's been beautiful. So you get there at 3-something. You go look for merch. They're almost completely sold out.
Yeah. But the one thing that we had to buy, right, that my daughter told me a week beforehand was the light stick. And I was like, what light stick? Like, we'll just buy one at Walmart, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, no, it's a light stick that goes in sync with the music as the concert's going.
It goes in sync with the music.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really cool, right?
Okay.
And so she told me, well, it's $70, Dad. And I was like, $70, right? Like, I'm not going to, blah, blah, blah. And so then once we got there, she's like, I see everything sold out. And I'm like, oh my God, did they sell out of the light stick, And I go, you guys have light sticks? And she goes, oh yeah. And I was like, all right, well, we're going to get one, I guess, right? And so she didn't want a shirt. She didn't want anything. She just wanted the light stick.
Yeah.
And then, so I got the light stick and then it was $70 plus tax.
Yeah.
And then it was $2 for the 3 AAA batteries that have to go into it.
Well, at least they charge a fair price for the batteries.
That's what I said.
That's pretty cheap for batteries these days.
And what are you going to do? Like, you got to buy the batteries, right? So
right. Who's going to have a light stick with no power?
Yeah.
For
and so,
$2.
Yeah. And then they were cool because I put the batteries in right away.
Yeah.
And just make sure it worked. And sure it didn't,
Really?
No, it didn't. And so then I went back and I go, hey, am I putting the batteries in wrong or what the hell, know? And so they tried and then they go, the batteries are bad. So they put in a fresh set or a different set of batteries and boom, it started up. So at least I didn't get hosed on the batteries. They could have easily put them at $5 or.
Yeah. And you could have walked into the stadium and not have it work.
Oh my God.
But you thought, let me try these out.
Yeah.
So what time is that more or less as you're walking finally into the venue?
Yeah, so this is even before we get into the venue, right?
Oh, okay.
And I kind of have it stamped, the timestamp, because I was taking pictures along the way and stuff. So we bought merch at 3:57.
Okay.
And then we started walking to the venue and getting in line, and that was probably 4:38. So like at 4:30.
Okay.
And that line was stupid long.
Yeah.
And there was no way that somebody could have like mapped out that people wait in that ridiculous line because it went in zigzags and all sorts of, it was like, I was really going to be upset if it didn't lead us into the, into the place.
Yeah.
Right. And then they opened up the doors at 5:30, I think.
Okay.
So we're in this line and it's moving, but where is it moving? I don't know. Right. And so it's like up over the hill along, UTEP is very winding and stuff and very, very mountainous, right? Because it's out of the mountain.
The campus is in a mountain.
It's literally in a mountain, right?
Yeah. It's a beautiful campus.
It's actually really pretty.
Very unique
really
architecture.
Bhutanese?
Bhutanese,
yeah.
Yeah. From
Really?
Bhutan.
Yeah. It's gorgeous, right?
I mean, where else are you going to see that at?
Yeah, exactly. Especially here in the Southwest,
I don't know
right?
how they picked that, but yeah, it's interesting. It's very unique, beautiful.
Yeah. And so, so then luckily it was like a mile long, that line, which was stupid because you couldn't even see where you were walking. You just, with faith, you were hoping that line that you got into would take you to the right place. And so finally, it finally worked out, right?
Okay.
And so we started making our way into the stadium, and they were really good about just kind of hurrying people through, right? And so I don't know if that was a security thing or what, or a security deficit, because it was just kind of like, let's get these people through. They didn't start the show. Once we got in, it was supposed to start at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
No opening act. But it didn't start till 8:45.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that uncommon.
And I think it was because they wanted people to get in because the lines were just atrocious just to get into that show.
That was cool of them to do that.
I think so. That's my assumption.
Yeah, no, I had heard the same. So despite the long lines and, parking and, these high costs, what was the energy like?
Oh, it was just electric, man. Honestly, like I'm not a fan of BTS, right? I mean, I went because of my daughter.
But turns out you like some of their songs.
So before going, we started listening to more of them. And, Hooligan.
You even turned me on to some. I started listening to it because I was curious. I had never heard. And I thought, some of them are pretty good.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
like you said, I think manufactured is a good word. There's a lot of people behind the scenes who are putting together the right sound and everything. It's not an organic type of group,
No, it's not like a dedicated, the songwriters, whoever he is. They're all just like really good.
Let's make a hit.
Yeah. And they got like songwriters, I'm sure. Yeah. And then here, I'm going to find the audio real quick so that I could play that. Because, they keep everybody in suspense. The stage was just ridiculous, and these screens are just massive. Mm-hmm. And so anywhere
I can't imagine how many trucks they had.
I don't know.
With them,
I don't know, but it had to be a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So at 8:46, right, we see this guy coming out with this smoke candle thing. And then you could hear the crowd just going wild, right? And they start playing like this little background music and stuff. And the people near me, look, I'm just going nuts. That's me saying a little bit of ooh. And then if you look at the crowd, all the light sticks, all the glow sticks, all light sticks, they're all in sync. They're all like this amber yellow. So once you set that little clicking, that was it. So that I knew it was going to be Hooligan, right? So then Hooligan starts off the show, and it was just amazing. So that's how they started out the show with Hooligan, which is one of my favorite songs, right? I know like 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, good. We got the best song. Well, one of my best songs out of the way.
That's awesome. You'll have to send me that track. That way I can play it in my classroom.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell my students that's how I want them cheering for me as I walk into the classroom.
Your walk-in song?
Yeah, that's my walk-in, not my batting song. And I want them to like cheer for me. And then we all get excited.
Oh man, they built up that anticipation. It was beautiful. The energy was just crazy. Everybody has those little, those light sticks going. They're all in sync. And even before the show, they give you instructions on how to like make sure it syncs, and they test it and all that stuff. So it was super well done.
Yeah, I wasn't there obviously, and yet I can feel the energy. I see, the video, and I hear the sound, and you can just feel that it was electric.
It 100%. Man.
Yeah.
So they, job well done. The fans, of course, never sat down. I sat down a couple times because I'm an old guy, but and I didn't know all the music. But just the amount of, I just keep going back to the amount of money that these people made.
Well, yeah. Well, that's something we'll never see.
Well, no, but come on, you're selling merch for 2 days at least before. And then those light sticks, $70, right? And that stadium was full of those light sticks, right? And that's not even part of your ticket, So, yeah. So they figured out how to make money with this system, man.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You made a comment one time. We were just talking, and you've taken your kids to Disneyland. I've taken mine to Disneyland.
Yeah.
But you told me that it was a regret of yours that you didn't take them when they were little.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Right. And I say that because you've taken them, and not everybody has that privilege, Not everybody can. But here you are, your daughter wants to go to this concert. You could have asked her, well, how much is it?
Right.
And you could have balked. You could have been like, sweetie, we just got back from Cancun.
Yeah, right.
For your sister's destination wedding.
Yeah.
I don't have any money to go to a concert.
Yeah.
Tell me why a dad, particularly a dad, any parent, anybody who cares for a child per se, but particularly a dad, why you would say, hey man, you got to do it.
Well, you have to, right? I mean, you would do the same thing.
I know, but why? What advice would you tell a dad?
No, I know. I'm going to get all emotional.
Well, you are getting emotional, man. I didn't mean to pull these strings, dude.
Man, you know how I get. All right, this is funny.
I'm also pretty good. People call me the Chicana Oprah.
The Chicana Oprah. Jesus.
I'm joking. Nobody calls me that.
I'm going to have to start calling you that. Bro, so first of all, I love music, right?
Right.
And then you want to do all the things you never got a chance to as a kid, right? Although two different things, you know, when I was growing up, a concert was like on the expensive end, it was like $40, right? Mm-hmm. And I could scrape the money and I would save and I would do that. Like my parents never said, "Oh, honey, you know, where do you want to, what concert do you want to go to? Let me buy it for you. Let me get you front, you know, stage passes."
Go make your bed and I'll give you an allowance.
No.
10, you know, whatever.
Two completely different things, right?
Yeah.
So, is it a lot of money? Hell yeah, it's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Does it make sense? No, right? No, not
Especially
whatsoever.
when you just came back from something.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like, no, we got to scrape for a little bit here. Everybody's gonna be eating quesadillas for a while.
Exactly, right. And trust me, like part of it is like I told her, I was like, I ain't paying no $70, right? You better start doing some extra chores around here, you know.
Pull out a lighter. You want to have a light?
Exactly, right. What happened to the take out the lighters and Zippos and
don't people have cell phones? I can make a light on your cell phone.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. I mean, come on.
It is a cool looking little gadget though. I saw it. It looks pretty cool.
I mean, I bought one of those for my kid when we went to Disney on Ice, and it was like the same thing, and it was just plastic, and it was like $5 back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, why? I mean, because it's my kid, right? I mean, you want to have these experiences that are just like amazing, you know? And one of the things that really made me kind of like, don't be the doom and gloom or the bitching about the price.
Yeah.
A conversation I had with this lady on Friday. So I had this big job on Friday, and one of the coordinators for the event, I was talking to her and I was telling her, you know, small talk with her, and I tell her, well, tomorrow I'm going to BTS. And she goes, oh my gosh. She goes, my daughter's going to go. Her daughter's 18. And then she tells me, I took my daughter to go see, I think it was another K-pop, that same daughter, back when she was just a little kid. And she goes, and she still talks about it to this day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm not a fan of when people say, I have no regrets.
Yeah.
And I kind of get what you're saying, because you're saying like, well, that's how you learn. I go, yeah, you're going to learn no matter what.
Right.
And you're going to make mistakes no matter what. But to say you have no regrets means you made no mistakes and you don't care. To me, when you say I regret something, it's like, you know what? You admit it. I made a mistake. Looking back, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I admit that I made a mistake and I want to be better.
Yeah.
Right. And so you do what you can. You can't change the past, but you do what you can moving forward.
Yeah.
And there are things my daughters tell me, and it's frustrating, like, oh, you used to do this, or you used to say that, or I wish you'd done this. And I can't change the past. I can only change the future, right?
Well, let me interrupt you there, because now your kids are adults.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So you got a 19 and a 22-year-old?
Yes.
So
soon to be this summer, 23 and 20. So no more, not even a teenager anymore.
Right. So they're adults. So now, do you feel, again, we can't go back in time, right? Mm-hmm. But do you feel like you're still doing things with them that you kind of wish you would have done when they were younger?
Yeah, to an extent. But and people might be thinking, well, why are you talking about this? I thought we were talking about BTS. Well, I'm talking about the experience of BTS or something like it. And this is, in this case, Ed going with his daughter, right? A dad and daughter day, right?
Yeah.
And so and she's 13, so she still comes to you and says, Dad, I want to do this.
Right.
And I think it's important not to react.
Yeah.
And so, well, let's think about it and let's figure it out, right? And then try to make it happen. Because when they're 22 and 19, soon to be 23 and 20, those opportunities are few and far between. When they say, Dad, I want to do this with you.
Right.
Right. It's more the other way around now. Go, hey, let's go have lunch. Well, my older one lives 3 hours away now.
Yeah.
But my younger one, she still lives in town, and it's not always easy to get together.
Yeah.
She's in college and she has a job and I work. So when she says, I want to do this, I say, okay, let's figure it out. Let's get our schedules together and figure it out. And sometimes it's as simple as having a coffee. But bigger things, we went and visited family together last year. My older one wants to go back to Houston, where I'm from, and visit some family this summer. She also wants to go to a big store there that's a scrubs store because she's going to start her nursing job soon, and she wants to go buy some scrubs.
Yeah.
So my job is just to say, yeah, sure, let's figure it out, which we can figure it out. Those aren't big things. But, I'm so glad you're able to go and so glad you're able to enjoy it and that you see that it's important. Not that you needed anybody to tell you, but you know. Because you have an older son and you see the difference.
Oh, yeah. Boys and girls are totally different in raising,
But also the age differences once they're away.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, it's a huge blessing, right? Like, and of course, people live beyond their means, and there are probably a lot of people yesterday buying stuff. They probably are having a hangover about that,
No, totally. I get that.
I mean, and I was even kidding with the lady when I bought the light stick, and I told her, I'm going to have to skip lunch for a week because I'm buying this thing. She goes, right? And I was like, yeah. And I mean, come on, $70, right? For a little light stick.
Right.
And then $300, and then, probably spent $100 on snacks and drinks and whatever. A lot of money. It's a lot,
And if someone can't afford it, like they really don't have the money and they have other things that are more important and pressing, I'm not encouraging you to spend what you don't have.
I tell you what, even if there's different experiences, if you could afford it and do it, if you could afford to go and not buy a single thing, do it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
When I was in college, broke. And, it was, I had a girlfriend back then.
I don't know how you did that then if you're broke.
She was really great, right? She was really cool. So we lived in the same dorms and all that. And the Eagles were playing at the Aggie Memorial Stadium, right? This was
the Philadelphia Eagles?
No, the Eagles.
Oh, I'm like,
what?
My God. Well, I'm thinking football.
No.
I'm like, what?
The Eagles, right?
Oh, yeah, the Eagles.
Hotel California,
sorry, I don't know why that went over my head. But you said the football stadium. I'm thinking football.
So they played at the Aggie Memorial Stadium, right?
Okay.
And so then we were walking around because it was a big buzz, right? I mean, it's the Eagles, right? Don Henley,
totally.
Glenn
This is
Fry.
mid-90s.
Yeah, mid-90s.
Past their prime, but still.
No, they're great, right?
Yeah.
And so then I have, $20 in my pocket, and then I have my girlfriend. We're just kind of walking around. She was really, really cool, real chill. And we were just walking around, and this guy's like, $100, 2 tickets, and I'm like, no, I already got the money. And she's like, come on, we could go get the money out of the ATM and all this stuff, right? And I was like, no, and so I took her in my beat up old Honda. We went and got a 12-pack and some sunflower seeds, right? And then we came back to my dorm. And then I told my friends, hey, we're going to go listen to the concert. And then we went behind Aggie Memorial Stadium. And there's a little tree right outside of in the backstage of it, right?
Yeah.
And we sat there. We drank our 12-pack of Bud Light and sunflower seeds. And there was probably like 100 people around us doing the same thing.
Really?
And it was the best concert I ever heard.
I'm so glad they didn't run you off.
They didn't run us off.
Yeah, I'm so glad they didn't.
No. In fact, when the concert was over, that was like the back exit to like put them in the limo and take them out.
Okay.
And they just started yelling, right? Get out of the way, get out of the way. And then they whisked off, the Eagles all in their limos and stuff. But anyways.
12-pack and a package of sunflower seeds.
I'm telling you what, man. Yeah, it was to this day, it was probably one of the best concerts I ever heard, right? I have to say heard because I didn't see any of it, but I heard it crystal clear.
With their warm smell of colitas rising up in the air.
Yeah. Did they really say colitas?
Yeah, warm smell of colitas rising up in the air.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I think you think it says that because we're Mexican. It's
look
probably
it up.
Colinas.
I'll
look it up. But anyways, that concert.
They're from Texas. They get it.
But what my point was, the experience. The experience. We had no money.
Yeah.
But we were cool. We were just chilling there, and we got to experience it.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm talking about it. 30 years later, 20 years later, however many years. It was just amazing.
Well, this whole thing sounds amazing, and I'm glad you went. I'm glad that your daughter had a great time. I think that same as that other young woman you mentioned, she's been talking about this for years. She saw BTS with her dad.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's,
What, my daughter?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. I thought you were talking about the other little girl.
No. But the other, well, not the other girl who joined y'all, but your friend's daughter who, to this day, still remembers, the concert from years ago. Right?
Oh,
it's going to be something she's going to remember for maybe her whole life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my poor daughter. I say poor daughter sarcastically because, so we were talking about this yesterday. So her first concert was Los Lonely Boys, right?
Dang, that's not bad, dude. That's not bad.
Well, we didn't go to see them. We went to go see the opening act, which was Giovanni and the Hired Guns. Right?
Oh, okay.
They sing these like couple of good songs.
All right. I never heard of them.
They're like small, right?
Gotcha.
But they were the openers, and then I told her, "Hey, let's go check them out." She's like, "Yeah." So we went to go see them.
Mm-hmm.
Her second concert was Taylor Swift in Cincinnati. Come on, man.
Wow.
Yeah, her sister took her and her mom to watch Taylor Swift.
Super expensive.
Oh no, yeah, like ridiculous, right? And then flying out there, and then the whole experience. That was a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's her number one. This is her number two. She said, and so now Giovanni and the Hired Guns goes down to number 3.
Hey, they're in top 3. That's not bad. They're on the podium. Well, I think it's a great experience. You had a great time, made some great memories, and
it is Golitas. Although it says it refers to the scent of marijuana setting a hazy, surreal scene on a desert highway.
But what's the line?
A warm smell of Golitas.
Rising up in the air.
Yeah, rising up in the air.
I had it. I knew it. Yeah.
I thought it had to say something else, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't quite. I was not a musician, but I tried.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine, we had a band. He's a musician to this day. He's a really good guitarist and does a number of things. And I had a band, but we had our little 2-member boy band, and we
and him.
Yeah. Los Desperados.
Los Desperados.
Yeah. Or maybe it was the Desperados. And we did a remake of one of the Eagles songs. Which one was it? It was Desperado. Yeah.
That's a great song.
Yeah. Desperado.
Well, the thing about the Eagles is like
why don't you come to
all of them
senses?
all of them went solo and they're freaking all badass, right?
Yeah.
Glenn Frey, Don Henley. I mean, they're just amazing.
Yeah. There's a tape somewhere of us.
You actually recorded that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And he played guitar, I played keyboard, but there was a part in one of the songs. Most of our songs were actually original.
Really?
Yeah. And we'd record off my boombox.
Wow.
And we had this really great high hit. We didn't have a drum. We had this great high hit. And it's because if you listen to our episode about our chantes, our houses, you'll know about our houses. We had one bathroom, and I guess we had the bathroom door open, and the toilet seat fell down. And it was perfect timing because it had a great drum beat.
Oh, wow.
You hear it in the thing, it's hey, that sounds pretty good because we're going to redo it. I go, let's listen to it. And it was and I was man, that came out just right.
Hey, man, you got to improvise.
Barrio musicology. So
Totally.
what was your favorite part of the show?
So the favorite part of the show for me had to be the opening, just because the anticipation had built up so much.
Yeah.
And then they played Hooligan.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second favorite song was Swim.
Okay.
Right. And then there was this really sweet little girl right in front of us, and she turned around and gave us a little cutout picture of a little whale. Mm-hmm. And on it said, "Keep on swimming." And so she goes, "When they play Swim, you hold us up to let people know that you're swimming."
Okay.
That was really
cute.
sweet. Yeah.
That is cute. That's sweet.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then BTS took the time out to thank everybody. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, they were really trying their best to speak in Spanish. Mm-hmm. And they really took the time to just say, something thoughtful, each and every one of them.
Yeah.
So I thought that was super cool. And then they dropped El Paso's name a whole bunch of times, which was super great to hear.
Yeah.
So all that was really, really well done, I think.
So on the way to where we're going,
Yeah.
are you gonna be playing K-pop now on your playlist?
No. Maybe.
Is that what you can make me listen to on the way to hype us up?
Not really, no. It was cool. I mean, it's cool, and I'd do it again. I totally recommend, if your daughter wants to go, you go with her. It's a great experience. It's super bonding. I think, she's going to remember it, and then you're not going to remember that Applebee's meal that you're paying for, so just kind of suck it up and just plan ahead,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't get gouged by the ticket prices. And if you could afford it, by all means do it. But there's, like I was saying, I listened to the Eagles concert for free, and it cost me a 12-pack and a bag of sunflower seeds, and we were happy, man.
Yeah.
It was good,
Well,
you know.
maybe one day we'll find your ex and get her side of the story.
She'll tell you the same thing.
We're just like, this guy wouldn't take me to the Eagles.
We were both poor, man.
We were drinking a 12-pack of, it wasn't even Bud Light. It was the Beast.
No, I was high class like that.
And he had me eating sunflower seeds, and we were just spitting them out, listening. Mil gracias to all those tuning in to TVT Brotalk. And hey, vatos, remember, pónganse trucha.